and I've also had the distinct joy and privilege to be able to work with some amazing people over the years and build gigantic organizations. And I remember the first meeting that I ever went to where they started talking about how multi-level marketing actually worked. And I was a musician at the time, and I had long, straggly hair, and I had a shirt that was untucked and wrinkled from not ironing it, and probably jeans and sneakers. And my knee was, as a matter of fact, right now my knee's bound happen that often, but I remember kind of biting my fingernails, and I'm not a fingernail biter, just saying, you mean to tell me that if I tell somebody about this product, this program, that I'm going to get paid? So if I share this with somebody, I'm going to get paid, and if they share it with somebody, then I'm still going to get money? Run that by me again, because I'm really not. Come on, let's. I got so excited about that, the possibility of building an organization. I couldn't wait to get out of that meeting to go and start talking to people. And my life has changed dramatically over the years. I've seen a lot of companies come and go. I've like I said before, I've worked with some amazing people. And the great thing about this industry is we don't have to work with people if we don't want to work with them. I mean, there are people that will come and go in your life, and we get to pick and choose the people that we decide to spend our time in our life with and our energy with. And that's one of the things I love about this industry. I have had a traditional business background as well. My wife, Mona, and I owned a gourmet bakery in North Hollywood here called Hollywood Cookie Company. We had that for 8 years, so we know what it's like, back-breaking work. And the funny thing is, I did that in between multi-level marketing, and I remember standing in the cookie store one day and just looking around and saying, I'm doing everything that I used to stand up on stage and tell people not to do. I've got 4 walls and an overhead, and I've got employees, and I've got the tax man coming in the front door, and I've got workman's comp, and I've got people wanting to take pregnancy breaks and cigarette breaks and coming in late and stealing, and I've got all this stuff that I never. How did I end up here? And so I knew that I had to get back into the game, and I found a program. A friend of mine gave me a call a few years back, and he said, "Listen, I've got this weight loss program, and I want you to check it out." And because I owned a cookie store, I had put on a couple extra pounds. I was the boss. I got to eat as much as I wanted, and it was a pretty cool deal for a while. But I needed to lose some weight, and I said, "I'll tell you what. If I lose weight on this product, I'll go out and tell everybody about it." So I started losing weight, but I came up against a couple of brick walls about 2 or 3 months into my recruiting. I found that I ran through my warm market really fast, and so I knew that there was this thing called Web 2.0 going on at the time, and I wanted to explore that avenue. How do I get out there in the marketplace, and how do I tell people about this? I want my phone ringing. I want people chasing me down. I don't want to have to go out and do the 3-foot rule. Although I'm doing that with this company, which is interesting. I'm going back to my roots. I'm willing to talk to anybody and everybody about MyNyloxin. It's taken me back to the beginning of my network marketing days. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make this work, and I'm sure you can hear the excitement in my voice. And why am I willing to do that? I'm willing to do that because I believe I've seen and even had opportunities to be on the front end of these trends and these waves that have come into my life over the last 28 years. Some of them I capitalized on, some of them I didn't. I've watched some that I turned down where people stuck with it, even through the ups and downs, even though they were having issues here. Maybe they had software issues, maybe they had leadership issues, maybe they had product issues. But people hung in there, and they made it through, and they became multi-millionaires, sometimes 10 and 20 times over. And I've seen it happen over and over and over again. Average people, ordinary people making extraordinary incomes literally in the blink of an eye. And it didn't happen without a lot of hard work and dedication. It happened because they were in the right place at the right time. They recognized that, and then they went out and they took massive action. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. That's exactly where we are here with MyNyloxin. I was introduced to it a week ago. I wasn't actually looking for a new program. I kind of tripped over it. My buddy Rob and I were on the phone. He said, "Look, I'm walking into a friend's house, and he's going to tell me about a new program he's working with. And is it okay if I put you on the speakerphone?" I said, "Sure." Well, I was on that phone call for about an hour and a half. And by the time I was finished, I was lit up like a Christmas tree. I mean, I was so excited. I just said, this is going to be huge. This is one of the big ones. And there's less than 200 people in this deal, and we've got a product. We've got the company behind it, you know, the Nutripharma, a 10-year publicly traded company. We've got a leadership team like Steve and Rick and some of the others coming together to make this happen. And if I just put on the blinders, roll my sleeves up, and dig my heels in and look straight ahead and go, 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 go for the next 2-3 years, my life, what I will create in my personal life is generational wealth. And that's wealth that goes on their kids to their kids to their kids. And I believe that's what we're in front of here. I've been around the block a few times. I've seen these things happen before. I've said no to some and yes to others. I am thrilled to be a part of this team and to be in the place that we are right now. And a lot of people that are on this call, some of them won't do anything. Some of them will, you know, sit on the couch and watch TV, and that's okay if that makes you comfortable. And some of the people that are listening right now will recognize what they have in front of them, and then they will. The most important step is being in the right place at the right time, knowing that you're there, and then taking massive action. And so for those people that take massive action, they're going to get massive results. And that's where we are right now. What we can do in 10 minutes today, a year from now is going to take people 10 days to do. So we're in a great position, and I would highly encourage people to really take the ball and run with it here. And just, again, put the blinders on, roll your sleeves up, put your hat on backwards if you have to, get off of Facebook, get off of Twitter, unless you're recruiting or unless you're marketing to those people. But if you're just sitting there looking at cat videos, which I've loved to do in the past myself, but if you're doing that, stop doing that. Get on there and start marketing this program right now. So I know you have a few other questions for me, Steve. I hope.
Yeah, you know, Keith, when you first got introduced to the company, and I'm sure that, you know, you heard some of the excitement about the media division and because of the opportunity to generate, as you say, generational wealth through the compensation fund. But I'm curious, I mean, what was your first impression of, you know, the product and Nyloxin and the opportunity in the pain market for the product? What was your thoughts about Nyloxin, and what are your thoughts moving forward about this product?
Well, I can tell you, and thanks for bringing that up. I'm 55. I'm an athlete. I stay very active. I play sports. I actually have a personal trainer I have for several years, and I go in and I do CrossFit training with her. She's got me jumping up and down and stuff with weights and throwing myself around and, you know, really sweating up a storm. And I ask her, I actually pay her to do that to me. So, you know, I'm very active, but the knees aren't, and the elbows and the shoulders aren't what they used to be when I was 18. They don't have that suppleness and that bounce and that spring. I would say at 55, I'm probably far ahead of a lot of people my age, yet I'm not what I used to be. So I started taking Motrin about 2 years ago, and I started taking it every day. Well, I recently had some surgery, and when they did my blood test, they said, you know, your platelets are low, and you've got really thin blood. Like, you've got to be really careful. I don't know what you're doing or what you're taking, but you need to get it checked out. Well, it turns out that it's from the Motrin. You know, it thins your blood. I have stopped, since I learned that, I stopped taking that. I'm excited beyond belief about having the Nyloxin in my system. I can't wait to get my package. I actually bought the points, and now I'm going to have some shipped out to myself this week. But I'm really excited about using it because everybody I know, everywhere I go, I talked to the guy next door to the gym when I came out of the gym today, and he owns a health food store, and I said, hey, listen, I've got this product, and it relieves chronic pain, and it's an amazing product. There's no side effects. It's non-narcotic. It's non-addictive, and it's as strong, if not stronger, than the opiates out there in the marketplace without the side effects. I said, you know, what do you think? He goes, bring it in. He goes, I'm in pain 24 hours a day. And wow. So all we have to do is ask the question. So is the market big? Yes. I mean, the statistics say 100 million adults in America alone are silent sufferers of chronic pain. My gosh, I mean, you know, that market is huge, and people will do anything to relieve themselves from pain. You know, there's that pain-pleasure factor, right? So, you know, people want to avoid pain, but what's happened is there's not enough good product out there in the marketplace that people can actually do that without becoming an addict to these products, OxyContin and Percocet and Percodans and Tylenol 3s and the Motrins. Now we have a product in front of us that we can actually really knock it out of the park. So the product itself, I believe, is a home run. And what you're coming out with in the pet the Pet Pain Away. When you guys told me about that, Mona, my wife, and I are both pet lovers, and we've had cats, you know, for the past 20. I've had cats most of my life, and love animals all the way around. But you guys are coming out with, the company is coming out with something called Pet Pain Away, where it doesn't affect the kidneys or the liver. It doesn't damage the kidneys and liver for these our little furry friends. That market, guys, is huge because they've done studies in America here. They say grandparents will spend more on their pets than they do on their grandchildren. And I know what we'd be willing to spend on our cats. So we really excited about that product as well, and what's coming down the road. I mean, you know, it's just being in the right place at the right time. Now, going to the opportunity itself in the back office and the ads, the media buys, you know, it just makes so much sense. This office is clean, clean, clean. When I got in it, and I bought some media packages the other day. I went back and I started clicking through, and like similar to what you did here on the screen today. And I called my wife and I said, Mona, you got to see how this thing works. This is slick, man. I mean, this back office looks like a banker put it together. Like this looks like Wells Fargo or you know, Bank of America, your account. And I learned that I think some of the IT people from Wells Fargo actually developed this back office. So I know you guys spent some money on this. It's smooth, and I'm so used to crappy back offices and lack of communication in the field. And one of the things that really, really gets me excited is the fact that you've spent time on the phone with me. Rick spent time on the phone with me. My upline spent time on the phone with me. People are willing to actually throw their arms around us and make this company work, and they know that communication is the key in that. And I love you guys for that. I mean, that is just such a big deal to me.
Absolutely, and you know, the whole thing about MyNyloxin is that we're an open book and we're fully transparent. I think that's what's revolutionary about our approach to the market, is that we're maybe different than some companies that, you know, they might have something dark in their closet hiding to come out someday and scare everybody away. But you know, with us, we really are big about, you know, putting everything out there so that people can see exactly what we are and who we are, and I appreciate that. You know, Keith, I'm so impressed with you know, our knowing your background as a leader in the industry and whatnot. I know that you immediately, within a few days of figuring out what you have here, you started putting your mind to what kind of tools and things that you would like to see in the company. And I know that there's things in development already with this group of leaders that have joined our company. And could you maybe just touch on a little bit of where you see some of the marketing and the tools that are going to be coming out of our field leaders here that have just joined us? Could you touch on that a little bit?
Sure. You know, and I said that I got involved with some Web 2.0 back in the day in 2007, and I followed a dear friend of mine now today, Dennis Carganelia. He started a company. He and Jimmy Davis became very dear friends of mine. But I found them online. I found them on a YouTube video. And YouTube was really just starting to get going, and there was a lot of open space. There was a lot of potential there to market. And what we did, I was one of a group of 6 people that actually taught people how to generate free leads and traffic doing these little talking head videos. Nobody else was doing them at the time. And man, my phone was ringing off the hook. And that's what's happening again today, and I haven't even done one video yet. It's just from putting this word out. My phone starts ringing before I even wake up in the morning, and it rings all the way through to the night. And then people Skype calling me. I had a guy call me from a ship out in the Middle East somewhere, or I don't know where exactly he was, but he had a friend of a friend told him, and so he wanted some questions. He called me at, I think, 4:30 in the morning, and I got up and talked to him. I don't normally do that, but I see what we have in front of us here. So let's talk about some of the marketing possibilities. You know, we're putting together a 24/7 webinar that you know, is going to it's a software that's been around for quite some time, and it's going to take a little bit to set it up. But once it's set up, you'll be able to make huge. it's a nice little piece of software. A lot of big internet marketers and multi-level marketers have been using that for years. It gives us all kinds of statistics. It gives us all kinds of possibilities with landing pages and capture pages and being able to follow up with people. And the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is definitely getting on the phone and calling back the people that have watched this, this webinar or listened to a call or been to a meeting and following those people up. So the webinars is one thing that we're gonna have running 24/7. So if somebody's working the night shift, they can get on it anyway. There's no excuses for somebody not to listen in, and we'll create different length webinars. We'll create maybe a 3-minute webinar and a half-hour or an hour webinar. We're going to experiment with that, and I know that I'm talking to a couple of the other guys. They're coming out with some mobile apps that you can recruit with. Facebook is a great page. Creating a Facebook page and then advertising through Facebook. Pinterest is a great place to advertise as well. I think a lot of people have started moving away from Google ads. They don't really like multi-level marketers anyway. But let me tell you where the power is in almost all of these programs is in video. And so, guys, it doesn't matter whether you have your cell phone or whether you're using a high-end camera in a studio and big lights and everything like that. A lot of times people just want to see that you're a real person sitting in your own kitchen and talking about how this product worked for you. So I would suggest that you go out there and start doing videos. I mean, make sure that you get them run by the compliance department before you put them up there, because we want to make sure that we're all on the same page and that we're all singing the same song. It's very, very important that what we say is run by the company before we put it out there and start making wild claims about anything. So, going back to Facebook, you can advertise on Facebook, Twitter. You can advertise. You can do solo ads. You can use safe lists, and I'm not going to get into details on those right now. But those are email campaigns. You can do the video. I love video because it really shows who you are. People get a sense of, listen, they're either going to get to know, like, and trust you, or they're not. And for those people, there's no pressure. So in other words, you don't have to worry about whether somebody calls you or they don't call you. If they don't like what they saw in you, they're not going to call you. If they like what they saw, they're going to pick up the phone and they're going to call you, and that's people chasing you down. That's what you want to do. Now, in the meantime, I feel like I'm at the first part of my career here again. I'm going out and talking to everybody. I'm talking to the person down at the gas station. I'm talking to my neighbors. I'm talking to the people at the gym. I'm dropping a bug in everybody's ear, and as soon as I get my product, I talk to my brother. I never market to my brother. I never market anything to my brother. And for the first time, I talked to him today on the phone. He goes, Keith, if this thing does what it says, he goes, my knees are so shot from skateboarding all my life. He said, I would love to try that product. So it's that easy. Just open your mouth and ask somebody, are you experiencing any pain? I think that's about it. There's a lot of different areas that we can go, but it's exposure. It's getting the word out there. It's starting in your warm market. Talk to your friends, family, and business associates. Don't be afraid to ask people. I mean, this could change your life and it could change their life. You never know who you've got in front of you. So that's the one thing I would encourage people to do. Don't wait for people to just come to you right now. Go out there and tell people about it. And the race goes to the swift. The race will go to the people that put the blinders on, turn their hats on backwards, and dig their heels in and run 150 miles an hour. Right now is the time to do that, because what Steve was saying, I'm going to tell you something, man. In the next couple of months, this thing is going to be crazy. I'm excited about that.
I think we can tell. I mean, if you can't hear excitement in his voice, folks, you've got to be deaf, because all I hear is excitement, and I hear a person that's very, very turned on, that's going to go do some great things in this company. And I hope that you're starting to all out there feel the same way. If you've just been introduced to MyNyloxin, I'm going to tell you, you could not have picked a better moment in time to get involved with our company. We are about to launch one of the biggest endeavors in network marketing, I think, that I've ever seen in 20 years, and that is this media division is going to revolutionize the way marketing is done. So, Keith, thank you so much for coming on the call tonight. Again, for everybody that's still with us, I do thank you for your patience in going through those technical issues. I'm glad that you were able to come back and hear what Keith had to say. Hopefully you got a little flavor of the kind of caliber of leadership that's been attracted to this company. You know, we are on a whole new level. We're breaking through to new levels here, and for all intents and purposes, we are really just getting started. Okay, I mean, all the pre-launch was a preparation to get to this point. So we're at a new level today now with the media division getting ready to go here with those commercials starting to air here in June. And when that happens, guys, we're going to go to a whole new level. And then that's only one market. I mean, wait till we open up 10 more markets, and then we eventually get into 40 markets and 50 markets, and you know, before too long, we'll be in every major city in the country. So you talk about explosion, you know, it is going to be just absolutely incredible. So Keith, again, I couldn't agree with you more, and I'm so excited that you're part of our field leadership team, and for all your commitment that you're willing to make to help us bring some of these incredible tools with the, you know, the 24/7 webinar. You know what I was thinking when you were talking about that? I was thinking, man, what an opportunity where we're going to have literally like an ongoing, call it webinar infomercial about MyNyloxin business running 24/7 on the internet. And at the same time, you know, we're going to have these commercials cycling about the product on television and eventually radio and so forth. I mean, what a 1-2 punch. Absolutely incredible.
It's going to be huge. I mean, yeah. And for those people out there, if you're an expert in a field, let's say you're a fireman or a nurse or or a mechanic, and you understand that there's pain related to that field that you're in, make a video about that. Go with what you know. And again, listen, the top earner position is up for grabs, guys. You're going to see what happens over the next 6 to 8 months here. Some people are going to be going real fast for it, and it's going to be an exciting race. So I'll see you at the top.
Absolutely. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And if you're a guest on the line tonight, we do invite you to get back to the person that brought you in this webinar. Get started with MyNyloxin for $1, become an MIE, and then take a look and fully evaluate all the possibilities that exist with this product, with this company, with this opportunity. And you'll discover there's many multiple ways for you to enjoy a long-term residual income. And, you can increase exponentially your opportunity by even participating in this very exciting media division that's now being opened up. So with that, we will officially wrap up this webinar tonight. I do want to thank everybody once again for your patience and sticking around to hear what Keith had to say. We do apologize once again for that. This recording will be put together. We do have the first part in its entirety, and now we have the second half. We'll put the 2 parts together, get that video put together on our YouTube channel, which is MyNyloxin Videos, youtube.com/MyNyloxin Videos, plural, with an S at the end. Look for that video to be updated and on that channel by tomorrow morning. Okay? So God bless everybody. Thank you so much. Get back to your inviter now and get started with our company. We want to officially congratulate and welcome you aboard the team. And we'll look forward to see you on our next scheduled presentation on Thursday night. God bless everybody. Good night.
Take care.